I'm so happy that finally my daughter is getting married. I have never felt this happy before. Seeing her dad's happiness, she smiled and went towards him. Hugging him, he wrapped his arm around her shoulder and patted her. His eyes filling with tears of happiness broke the hug. One, for your happiness, I would do anything, even if I can't. Winder, I know my child. He placed a kiss on her forehead proudly. Winder, sleep earlier. You have to be active at your wedding tomorrow. You need rest as well. One, sure, Dad. She bowed to him, admiring her dad's happy face before leaving. After she left, her dad's happy face disappeared, and he sat down with a firm face. He dialed Kane's number, who is going to marry Wine tomorrow. Wonder, hello Kane, how is everything going on there? Kane, everything is going well. Wonder, glad to know, but we have to keep an eye on our surroundings because we never know what will happen if we are irresponsible that no one can guess what will happen tomorrow. Kane, don't underestimate my power. Don't you know about my background? My grandfather used to be Mafia king, and after him, my father took on his profession. After my father, I'm gonna be the one who gonna be the Mafia king. Wonder, I know, but I'm still feeling somewhat tense. King, don't worry, I'll pretend in front of Wine as you told me. I won't make her doubt me. Wonder, and take care of her. King, she's on my mind. I love her. Forget about her after I marry her. Wonder, okay, I'll hang up the call. King, sure. The wedding ceremony is about to start in a few moments. Wine is entering with her dad, and everyone is smiling at her happily. King turns his head to admire her beauty. As they both walk forward, her dad whispers something to her to help her feel comfortable. Wonder, dear, trust me. Your life will be happier from now on. You may even forget about your dad in your happiness. One, Dad, I will never forget you. Not even in my last breath. King, you look beautiful, One. She looked up and saw him smiling at her. She showed a small smile in return, then fixed her gaze on the floor. He brushed his hair with pride. King, don't I look handsome? Why haven't you given me a compliment, One? Yeah, of course he is handsome with charming skin and tall styles, his perfect figure and his sharp nose. He looks too good to describe. But Rowan looked at him again, then her brain recalled someone, and she is shutting her eyes. One, you look good. Ken, thank you, Rowan. Rowan looked at her dad once. Before she could say something, her dad smiled at her and gestured her. She then turned her head towards Ken, parted her lips, and began to speak, but her words were cut off in the mirror when a bullet passed between Ken and Rowan, freezing everyone in fear at the chest with threat. Then she became scared upon seeing Ken take his gun from his waistband and about to point in the way from which way bullet came. Suddenly she was shocked because she only knew Ken is a businessman, unaware of his background. Ken's eyes widened and he couldn't pull the trigger of the gun because he saw his father coming there with his hands tied with a rope. While someone was pointing at a gun at his father, Ken couldn't take any action. Seeing Ken's face, she was confused and followed his gaze. She saw Jay, her ex, who was dragging Ken's father while pointing a gun at his forehead. And there was a gang behind him. Seeing this, Ryan was in shock. Her mind wasn't processing anything. How could he come back into her life again, especially on her wedding day? It's really unbelievable for her to see him again. He has changed a lot compared to how he used to look when he was in love with her once upon a time. His cuteness, his smile, all have changed. Now he looks like a scary beastie person. Ryan swallowed her saliva, not saying anything in that chaotic situation. Wonder, Tehan, you are here again. He was about to walk forward angrily, but Jay shot a bullet into the air, making him stop. Jay, I'm giving you 30 seconds. You all should escape from here before I turn this wedding into a funeral. But the few of you don't know, pointing at them. The warning was enough. Everyone was running from there in fear. In a few seconds, they were all gone, except for Jay and his gang, Warren and her dad, and King and his dad, and Priest Warren was feeling confused. On the other side, she saw a gun in King's hand, and suddenly Jay came with a gun. What's going on exactly? Jay, how are you, uncle? Before Weinstein could say something, Jay said sarcastically, Jay, I know you must be happy because your daughter is gonna marry a rich guy and not me. Weinstein looked at Ken's father in disbelief, thinking about how he surrendered to Jay. Jay, are you wondering how your mafia guy surrenders to this day? Why is that possible when I'm a more dangerous mafia king and the head of the entire mafia world? Hearing that, Weinstein and she couldn't believe it. Ken, are you King Taylor? Jay, who said I'm not? By the way, what are you doing there? Come here. Ken's butt is boiling. Jay, are you gonna come down or should I shoot your father for fun? Ken, no please. Ken looked at Warren's face before going to his dad. Then Jay left to Ken's father and his guards, pointing his gun at them, prodding their surrender, except for Warren. Jay smiled at them and looked at Warren, who appeared tense and fearful. His eyes stared her in the waiting gown. She hadn't changed her looks compared to before, but her gaze had changed. She used to look at him shyly or happily, but now she was looking at him in fear. Sensing that he didn't care, he walked towards her and stood in front of her. Warren, Jay, it's been 2 years and 25 days since I heard my name from your mouth. Warren was speechless. How did he remember it? Was he remembering it as something memorable? Or did he remember it for some kind of revenge? Jay, hey Warren, didn't you expect me to come back again? Warren, what are you doing here? Please let them go. She is scared inside, but gathered the courage to say it. Jay, if you do as I say, then I will definitely let them go. Or, Warren did. No, she definitely won't do that. He raised his voice. Then Jay shot the gun behind her dad without taking his eyes off her. She was scared thinking he had killed her dad, but upon realizing that her dad hadn't been hit by a bullet and was still alive, she sighed and looked at Jay in fear. Jay, don't think I missed the target. I just gave you a hint of what it would be like if you deny what I said. Warren's eyes stayed up while looking at Jay. He was warning her, making her stand. He then pointed his gun at her dad, while his guards were already pointing theirs at their targets. Jay, so what's it going to be? Will you do as I said? Or will you lose your dad and the spawners Jay and his father too? He asked her sarcastically, staring into her eyes. She looked at her dad, then back at Jay, and nodded while controlling her tears. Then Jay smirked and grabbed her wrist, pulling her near the priest, who was looking at Jay with his jaw dropped. Jay, what are you looking at? I'm gonna marry her, so let's start the vows. He sent a death threat to the priest, who trembled and began the vows too. Jay, say it quickly, or I have to use my gun to get a vow from you, should I? She shook her head while looking down, opened her mouth. Warren, I do. When she said this, Jay smirked, poking his tongue into his cheek, feeling quite satisfied. He then bent down to her level and whispered, Jay, darling Warren, that's what you are supposed to say to make me satisfied. His deep voice made her shut her eyes tightly, but she immediately opened them and looked at Jay with a blank expression. Just then the priest said, You may kiss the bride. He ran his tongue under his lower lip, noticing her tense reaction. He tilted his head and shrugged his shoulders. Everyone around them watched in fear as Jay gave that kiss. Weinstein wanted to stop him, but he couldn't. She was about to take one more step back to avoid the kiss, but Jay pulled her, bumping his chest against her as he gripped her right wrist. Her dad looked away, not wanting to watch the impending kissing scene unfolding in front of his eyes. She was about to move back from Jay, but he wrapped his arm around her waist, leaving no distance between them. Jay, Darling, don't move. Be a good girl for your husband. He winked at her and she looked away, but Jay grabbed her child, harshly forcing her to look back into his eyes. Jay, why are you being so irresponsible during our wedding? Come on, let's finish the wedding ceremony. We have a lot of work to do in our bedroom. He said shamelessly, making her look at him in tension. He brought his face closer to hers, almost about to kiss, and she couldn't move her face an inch because he was already gripping the back of her neck. He suddenly let go of her, leaving her relieved, and he was looked at Weinstein, who wasn't looking at them. Jay, hello father-in-law, where are you looking at? He looked at Jay, and only Jay wiped his lip and smiled. Jay, don't you want to see us? It is vicious, congratulations. Weinstein controlled his anger and looked at him. Jay, anyway, we are leaving, and the rest of you can stay sad. He looked at Wine, extending his hand, but she shook her head. Jay, if you don't want to leave your dad to come with me, then I'll make an offer. I'll bring your dad with us as my servant. Have him respectfully stay in basement and experience my torture day and night. He was about to take his hands back, but she grabbed it to stop him. Wine, no please, I'll come. Leave him, please. Jay, I didn't hear you. Wine, I'll come with you. Jay, good, and tell your dad goodbye. He slightly pushed forward toward Wine's father, who approached her before she could speak. Wine, Wine, don't worry. I'll do my best to get you back, even if I can't match his level of strength. Kane just looked at Wine silently, as if there was nothing more valuable than her. They also focused on Wine, gripping her arm and taking her away. Wine still continued to look down. Kane further. Kane, let's go. Kane didn't respond. Then his father grabbed Kane's hand, but Kane angrily jerked his hand away and roared, leaving them shocked. Kane, do I look like a worthless fellow to you? Didn't you see what I did? He married my Wine in front of my eyes. Kane further. Do you think you can fight with him? In just 3 minutes he arrested security and boss and had me surrender. That's his power. No one can dare to face him. That's his level. Kane, I don't care whatever he is. I want Wine. That's it. I can do anything to get her. Wine's dad looked at Kane and wondered. He knew Kane very well and knew that Kane liked Wine, but he didn't know that Kane was obsessed with Wine, wanted her so badly. That's why he hid his true identity and wanted Wine to marry him, even though he knew Wine was scared of violence. In the cottage, staring at his wife, Wine, who is looking somewhere and maintaining distance between them. He knows why, but is smirking as looks at her side profile. She has a perfect jawline, small nose, sweet pink lips, and her hair stands gently swaying on her forehead as she tucks them behind her ear, her brown eyebrows gaze out of the view. She knows he was staring at her, but she purposely avoids avoiding him. Jay, how long are you avoiding my gaze? Come on, look at me. She heard him but didn't respond. Jay, driver, stop the car and cut out. The driver stopped the car and cut out, cousin Tayo. Her heart was shivering, wondering why he made the private lane. She could hear nothing except for her heavy breathing. Suddenly, without any warning, Tay got up from his seat and then pulled Wine, making her lie down on the seat. He hovered above her, their bodies touching. He closed his eyes, inhaling her scent, while she froze beneath him. Tay, your scent is so addictive, baby. It's been a long time since I smelled this. His deep voice made her shiver beneath him. She was about to close her eyes, but he didn't allow her. Tay, if you close your eyes, I'll lift your gun without hesitation. It's up to you. She forgot to breathe and widened her eyes in disbelief. He smiled at her state. Tay, good. You are being a good wife in one thing. Let me make you even better at being a wife. Let's start our next step.